in middle school, in middle school I started writing to just random public figures and people I saw on television and people I read about and things. I just started writing letters to them about my life and how I was feeling because I knew it was most likely that some intern was just gonna find it and throw it away. And I liked it because it gave, well, I still do that, but I like it because it gives me the feeling of being heard without me actually bothering someone, you know? Sorry, I don't know what the Mac phone photo booth is doing right now, but I don't know what that was about. What that was about. Um, you know, I've always been someone who has a lot of thoughts, and it's not that I don't know how to say them. I'm able to write them down clearly and concisely. I mean, I'm not the best orator. I think whenever I watch videos back of myself, things never come out the right way I'd like them to, and I get embarrassed. So I guess this is part of that too. What I'm trying to get at is I want a faster way of getting that feeling of being heard without actually being heard. I think at most these videos are gonna get like 20 to 30 views, and people think I'm annoying, and they can just click off, and I don't have to bother anybody. I don't know. I just have so much to say. I just don't necessarily know who to say it to. So I thought I'd just say it to just put it out there and say it to anyone random who wanted to listen. This week is assessment week at school, so it's basically just one block a day, and then one test or final project a day, and then you go home. I only have to go to one. I had a dress rehearsal yesterday because I'm in the theater program at my school, and then I have another on Friday, which is supposed to be a non-instructional day, but we're gonna be there, all the theater nerds and stuff. I only really have one this semester because I've been doing school online. It's probably not smart of me to overshare, but I'm going to anyways because what the hell, I'm young. What have I got to lose? Anyways, I had everything set out to be a really good year, and I came to school, and there's this boy who I have quarter history with who, at the time, I didn't realize really what it was. That's the hard part now because I don't necessarily have any evidence or to lock him away, and I feel like if I really tell anyone, well, I think there's people I have told, I think if I tell most people, they won't believe me. And even if I did have evidence, it wouldn't really matter because he's got a rich daddy. Where I live, everyone's got a rich daddy, but his is even richer than mine. And he's some sort of baseball prodigy. He has all these friends, and he never has a problem talking to people, and the odds aren't really in my favor, so that no matter how you look at it, there would be really no use to me. But I'm not gonna. I didn't leave. I could have transferred, but my school is the only one in the district that offers the IB program to public school, and even in my pretty well-off area, I just don't have the money to go to a private school. So I just did online courses this semester, and now next week I'm gonna go back full time. To me, I think. Sorry, I can't get this blush open. To me, I think going there and facing him is a better fuck you than just leaving the school. That's probably what he thought I would do. But he's not going to ruin things for me. I'm not scared of him anymore. I used to just hate him. And then I realized what actually happened and I was terrified of him. And now he just disgusts me. But I'm confident things will work out for me. One thing about me is that I am very delusional. I live in my own head. I pretend my life is like the Technicolor, those Technicolor European films I watch. I pretend I'm someone like Sharon Tate, or I'm like Jane Birkin or Bridget Bardot. But it's kind of what gets me through the day, pretending. And people, I don't know, there's a lot of people in my life who want me to feel bad about it and make me feel like I'm not being authentic for it. But really, I do feel most myself when I'm like all dressed up and I'm glamorous. I just felt like where I live, I kind of live in this very small town. I just felt it never really reflected who I was as a person, and in a way I'm very deeply unhappy with where my life is right now. And all I can really, I mean, I'm not unhappy with where my life is. I think this is actually the happiest I've ever been in my life, which to me isn't saying much, because, you know, I've always been the, you know that one song by the Specials? Hey, little rich girl, you were a rich girl, only having fun. Your low-cut dresses got stares from everyone. Hey, little rich girl, what did you go wrong? You know? I don't know. I've always just, I don't really have, I know I'm very, very lucky. I live in a very nice house. My family's very nice. They've never hit me, never yelled at me or anything. I mean, they have yelled at me, but they're not like every day, like some households, unfortunately. I've just always been I think I was so lucky. I think the situation I was born into, I think it was so lucky that I just, I wasted a lot of it there. And so the universe, to balance things out, because life is all about balance, and to be a well-rounded person, you need balance in your life. I think the universe just threw a bunch of terrible shit at me outside my home life, so I wouldn't be boring. That's the sad thing, is that people with perfect lives are never exciting. Well, people who've always had perfect lives. People who've had lives that were less than perfect and then use their willpower to make them so, those people are always interesting. Those are the best kinds of people. That's the person I'm becoming. I tell myself that. For the show, I'm using a darker shade. For the show, I'm using this Maybelline blush. What's the shade? Where's the friggin' shade? I should say on here somewhere. I don't know. Well, I'm using this one. It's kind of darker. It's a darker coral. For every day, I just use this really light pink. It's Milani Romantic Rose. I just really like pale, unsaturated pinks. I think they go very nicely with my red hair. I love pink, but the thing is, I can't wear bright pinks or anything because it's too overpowering. So I gotta wear kind of these dusty ones. I think that's why I love, that's part of the reason why I'm really obsessed with 60s and 70s aesthetic, because there was a lot of baby blues and less saturated colors that I guess go better with my complexion. You should see me when I just woke up. It's 9:40 right now. It's almost 10 o'clock. When I first wake up in the morning, I'm white as a ghost. I'm even paler than this, which is hard to fucking believe, but I don't. Yeah, I don't. Where was I trying to go with this again? I'm not sure. That's the thing. I think the most. I mean, I'm thinking all the time. That's the thing. Like, when I was in middle school, I would miss whole class fights that were happening in front of me. Not because I was just like so deep in thought. I was just like, I don't know, sitting on a bench somewhere, just like thinking. And people were like, "Oh my God, Lauren, did you see that?" And I was like, like I was just, I don't know. I've always just stuck in my head. But the thing is, I can't really imagine living any other way. I can't. I can't. I guess I. Well, I guess I could. I can imagine myself living that way once I get the life I want, the life in Europe that I want to run away to. But now I just kind of. That's kind of just what keeps me sane. I mean, this is probably the most stable my life has ever been. Stable. I mean, that's pretty sad considering what I just said was going on at school and things. But this is the first time since like the third grade, not like the fourth and like third grade, where I've had like a friend group of people who actually I felt respected, understood me, I guess. Because I don't know, I've always been, yeah. I'm gonna take the darker shade. It's on my lid. It's just always been kind of hard for me to find friends, and I always thought, ever since I was young, as I said before, my life never really interested me. I don't really like living in a small town. I always wished that one day we would move to a big city. As a kid, I wanted to live in New York, but now I'm older and I realize America is just like a glorified third world country. So I'd like to live in Montreal or somewhere, or I'd like to live in Amsterdam. I went to Amsterdam on a school trip to celebrate Victory Day and Canadian and Dutch friendship and us, and our place in liberating the Dutch from the Nazis. And I remember everyone there just looked so happy, and I just felt the same, and I felt really at peace, and like that's what I want my future to look like. I'd also one day really like to visit, and if I like it, possibly live in Berlin. I love Germany. I love German things. Or, I'd like to live in maybe Glasgow. The thing is, I'd want to live in a country part of the EU though, so probably Dublin. But I'm not. Everyone always, because I'm a redhead, people always mistake me for Irish, and that's my pet peeve. I'm not Irish. I'm Scottish. Okay, get it right. That's my one. That's what kind of. Well, my hair looks terrible right now, but it looks so flat. You can really tell how chubby my face is. It doesn't matter. It's another thing about me. I'm so vain. It's terrible. Yeah, I don't know. I just always, as a kid, I just always wanted to run away somewhere, and it's also like I just wanted to be away from my family, not because my family's bad, but it's just like I never really liked the concept of being tied to anyone. Well, I mean, what I'm trying to get at is I didn't like that I don't really like that the way life works is that you're tied to someone by chance and not by choice. I'd like to get married one day. I'd like to, if I'm going to be tied to someone, I want it to be my choice, and that's the thing. I feel ungrateful, but I've never just been, have you ever heard that one joke that people of Northern European descent use that says, in my culture, food is disgusting and family doesn't matter at all? It's kind of, I don't know. Yeah. That's just what life is. C'est la vie. I could also live in Paris. If I were to be famous one day, I could live in Paris. But I wouldn't want to live in Paris as a not famous person, because everyone there is rude. But, you know, we also went to Paris on that European trip I took with my school, and I use brown mascara. Whoever told me that as a redhead you should be using brown mascara, I remember I just saw it from this random TikTok video, and I just want to thank you, because you saved my life, man. You saved my life. I use this one from Essence. You don't really care, but I just want to show the audience anyways. It's Essence Lash Without Limits Brown Extreme Lengthening. It's actually really, really good. It makes my lashes so long. And it also thickens them pretty well too. You can actually see them a little better. This camera's shit, so I'm not, the thing is, this is the one thing you're not supposed to say as a girl. You're supposed to blush it off and be bashful, but I know I'm pretty. You know, I get people asking me out. Actually, whenever I've been hit on in public, it's been by an old Eastern European man or an old Italian man. So I know I'm good looking, because those two groups of people have very good taste. So, I mean, have you seen Sophia Loren? But I'm not, the thing is, as a kid I always dreamed about being famous, because I was very lonely as a child, and my social skills were always pretty subpar compared to other people, and it was just hard for me to connect with others. So I always dreamed about being famous, because it's creepy and fucked up, but I thought that way I would always get attention and I wouldn't have to be alone. And I still want to be famous in a way. I like to sing. One day I think I want to be. I have pretty big dreams already. My realistic dream is me going into international relations, so. But my unrealistic dream is maybe one day I could be a famous artsy singer like Bjork. And if I was famous, you can't really tell. Can you tell? My hair's wet right now, but I'm naturally a redhead. My mother made very sure I was never insecure of it. She always reiterated to me, having red hair is so rare. And my eyes look more like brown on this camera. But I have dark blue eyes. She always told me blue eyes and red hair is one of the rarest hair color combinations in the world. Only like 0.3% of people have it. So she always made sure I was never insecure of it. So if I was famous, I would never ever, even if I was in a movie or something and they wanted me to dye my hair, I would never dye my hair. It would be my trademark. You'd have, it's a package deal. I have to come with the hair. I'm never gonna, I don't know, I can't imagine myself being any other hair color. I just feel like I really suit being a redhead. I think it suits my personality and my forwardness and how much of an opinionated bitch I am, so. I think what happens with redheads, everyone's making these gingers or black jokes, but I think really you get a redhead when you're supposed to be a different race, but something goes wrong in the hypothetical people making upstairs heaven thing we're making up right now. Process, I think, sometimes I think I grew up around, I was born in I live on a small island, and I was born in the city downtown, where we have a very large Asian population, particularly Chinese, and my closest family friends, we have these very close family friends, the Changs, that's like the most common Chinese last name. I honestly, as a little girl, I was best friends with a Chinese girl, and I think I might have been meant to be Chinese. But the thing is, I'm terrible at math. I'm comically bad. I'm struggling. I just need to pass this year in grade 11 and then I don't have to do math again. Because the career I'm going into, international relations, the thing about that, you just get an accountant to do all your math. So it's like, it's great. You don't need anything. So this is the last year I have to do fucking math. So I'm just going to get my bottom lashes here. And then I'm done. But I'm comically bad at it. Like, you'd think I had an IQ of fucking 12 if you see me trying to do math, okay? So I think that's what happened. Like, I was being made and they accidentally flicked the bad at math switch. And they were like, oh, hey man, that person was supposed to be Chinese. And they were like, guess that girl's gonna come out ginger. Or I think if I wasn't Chinese, if I wasn't a redhead, or if I wasn't Chinese, I would be Jewish. Because I got Jewish in-laws, and I'm also very cranky like Jews. And again, I'm an opinionated bitch, so I think I could also make a good Jew. I'm also very greedy. I think I'm pretty woke, but Jew jokes, I'm not ready to let them go yet. It's like a little treat I have to myself. It's like getting a sweet treat every Sunday or something. It's like a cookie before bed. I'm not ready to give it up yet. I'm not ready, I'm sorry. I'm the same way with the word retard. I will never stop saying the word retard. It's a fun little trait for myself, really. Everyone wants to act like they're so perfect nowadays, but everyone has a fun little unwoke treat, no matter how woke you are. There's one unwoke thing everyone does for themselves. And for me, it's making Jew jokes and calling people retards in video games. Doesn't that make me like... The average teenage boy is a lot worse. They call people the N-word in video games, so if you think about it, I'm a pretty good person. Not really. I don't think no one's really a good person. I think bad people exist, but I don't think good people don't. I think there's bad people, but I don't think there's good people. I don't think everyone's a bad person, but I don't think anyone can ever really be good. There's, like, what I'm trying to get at is like, there's very obviously horrific people, like Adolf Hitler or something, and Jeffrey Epstein. But I don't even think I think everyone's done something bad, and I think that's kind of the beauty of humanity. I have like this shitty kind of 70s shag cut. I didn't really mean it for it to happen. It's pretty difficult to style for it to change. Most days I just have it up in like a bun. Because honestly, it was a complete accident. I cut my own hair, and 99% of the time it goes right. But this one time I went wrong and I just cut it pretty short. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll just go like really short or like a bob cut. And then it was really bad. And I kept cutting it, trying to fix it. And then it was just a fucking pixie cut, like a really fucking, I looked like a fucking lesbian. Not that there's anything wrong with lesbians, but I looked like an annoying lesbian. There's lesbians and there's like annoying like PE teacher lesbian. I looked like an annoying PE teacher lesbian. For like a year, I just had to fucking grow that shit out. And now it's like at this awkward stage where I just have to like, because look, the pieces in the front are really weird and short compared to the pieces in the back. I want to, the way I'm gonna grow my hair out is, you see these bangs? I'm gonna grow the bangs so they're like the length of these secondary bangs, I guess. So they're like face framing so it makes my head look a little, so you can't see how like big my freaking cheeks are. And I'm gonna grow out these weird secondary fucking bangs I have, and I'm gonna grow them out to like where my hair is now. And I'm gonna grow the back of my hair just like super long. I don't know, probably like past my chesticles. This is what I was talking about. I'm not I just say things and it's, so I think that'll look cool. But right now I'm just waiting for the point where I can, like, I just have to get through this awkward phase of my hair, and then things will be cool, okay? And I'm gonna be an awesome, cool girl. But you know what? I used to be very ugly in middle school, and I kind of blossomed and bloomed when I was about 14. And since then, I think it was good for me to have that fuck-ass haircut, because everyone needs to be humbled once in a while. I believe it's good to be confident, I'm ridiculously confident. I have a big ego, and I make it kind of like a joke and a part of my personality. You know, I'll do a little hair flip and I'll make a sassy joke, and everyone will giggle and be like, "Oh, she's so self-aware and silly, and she knows she lives in her own head." Maybe people don't laugh, and maybe I really, I don't know. You know, but it's good to be ugly every once in a while. Like, I believe in being confident, but I believe, like, there's a limit, you know? You can be confident, but you can be self-aware. You know, I'm like, you have to be like Kanye if he had self-awareness. You have to think you're a god, but at the same time, like, at the back of your mind, know that nobody's really special, you know? You gotta, that's the perfect place where you gotta be. That's, like, the happy medium, and it's kind of where I exist. You know? Okay, I'm gonna do my roots now. I look really, so for the show, for the musical theater, we're doing Chicago. We have a giant Chicago sign in case you don't know where we are. Because we're in Chicago, in case you didn't know. We are in Chicago. Just in case you forgot. We're in Chicago. Drop my lip liner. And everyone's doing these red lips, but the thing is, when you're a redhead, red lips, you know, the orange on the red, it's hard to do a red lip, but I developed a method, okay? What you gotta do is you gotta combine a red lip liner and like a red, like kind of, not like a peach, like a dark peach, kind of pinky brown spice tone lip liner. You gotta do your lining thing with both of them. Then you gotta put a peach lipstick or lip gloss, whatever you want, over top, and then it makes like a really, like, I don't know, it makes a really natural, gentle red, but it's not overpowering. So usually I just do lip gloss every day, but because I'm feeling like it, I'm gonna do it right now, because I forgot at the dress rehearsal yesterday. I was like, oh, since I'm like eating breakfast and stuff in the morning, when I get to school, I'll do the lip. But then I forgot my makeup bag, so I had to go out there with my little ghost lips. And I always make sure to really, like, since the 1920s, like, everyone had a really pronounced Cupid's bow. I don't really, though. I think Cupid's bows are really pretty, though. Like, on my mirror, you can't see it, but I have a picture of Veronica Lake taped up there, because she's one of my makeup inspos, and I always try to, like, fake a Cupid's bow, because I just think, I don't know. I love makeup. I don't care if it's unfeminist or something. I'm never gonna stop doing my makeup. It's just so much fun. Like, I just love getting ready in the morning and talking to myself. That's why I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna film these and post them. Because, you know, why not express my thoughts to the world? My makeup takes like 10 minutes when I'm not fucking talking. But, you know, when I don't have school or something like this, it's, you know, it's fun to do a bit of dilly-dallying. Okay, now I'm gonna put on this Revlon lipstick. Revlon is a pretty shit brand. The only thing that they have going for them is their lipsticks. So, but yeah, everything else they have is pretty shit, but their lipsticks are so good. They're so smooth and creamy. That's the perverted way to say it, but yeah, what is this shade first? It's Afterglow. It's 801. I'm literally doing absolutely nothing today, and I'm going nowhere, so I didn't have to put any makeup on other than the fact that I just wanted to. I just felt like it. And there was some stuff I need to finish up, so. And I feel like if I could, like, kind of half get dressed, I'm wearing a sweater today, and I put some makeup on, and I put some earrings on, I just feel like I get more done. I get more shit done, because I'm like, makeup is like, for women, well, I guess for me, makeup is like, it's like armor, you know? That's why I am pretty materialistic, and I am pretty vain, I will admit. That's why I love, like, I'm very stereotypically feminine in the way I love makeup and I love clothes, because I don't know, I can just be any person I want to be, and but I've just never been too interested in who I had to be here. Instead, I'm kind of more fascinated about who I could be somewhere else, you know. And I don't know, I don't know. Life just feels really exciting right now because I feel like I'm finally becoming the person I want. I have a lot more confidence. I'm doing things I want to do, and I'm just really happy. I should put those French combs in my hair. I just recently discovered French combs. I love them so much. Okay. I'm gonna pin this one down. I just like to get everything out of my face. But with the way my bangs are growing out right now, it's like that awkward phase where they're like getting a little in my eyes, and it's like, I like a short bang. I like a kind of that micro bang look, and I usually, if I do have bangs, I like go in between not having them and having them like every few years or so. But right, I'm really fucking with curtain bangs right now, and kind of like the side look. I think it's really nice and face firming. But anyways, what I'm trying to get at is, I usually just like to cut my bang kind of as a micro bang and have it like a little above my eyebrows, because I think I'm artsy like that. It scares away like frat boys, which is exactly what I want. So but yeah, should I pin them up today? I don't really. This is weird. This is weird. Might. Let's try it. Okay, let's try the other side. Pinning my bangs out the way, I always look, it always gives kind of like a Catholic goody two-shoes look. But maybe that's fun. I don't know, just for today. I like to consider myself like a cute troublemaker, you know? Like, I'm sweet, but at the same time I am a little naughty. That sounds weird. I sound like I'm... It sounds like describing a character in a fucking porn, bro. This is why, again, I need to get better at talking, because, like, what the fuck just came out of my mouth there? I was out of line. I don't know. I don't know anymore, man. I don't know. I just really need these bangs to fucking grow out. They're really... Wait, hold up. We're getting somewhere with the way we're pinning them right now. I like that. I also like the volume that the French combs give. It's kind of like 60s bouffant. And you know I love the 60s. You know I'm on that Sharon Tate Patty Boyd shit, right? Listen. Okay, glasses on. I want to look nice. Wait, I'm kind of giving... Okay, I like this.